In December of 2018, pro-democracy protests started taking root in Sudan. These protests grew in relevance, right, and intensity to a point where President Omar al-Bashir had to step down, right? But for this to be actually possible, you needed the two generals of the paramilitary group known as the RSF, right? The Rapid Support Forces, led by Dagalo, right? To come to an understanding and agreement, right? With the leader of the Sudanese armed forces, right? Who is General Abdel al-Buhan. So now, General Dagalo, right, and General Buhan, right, came to an understanding that al-Bashir is not really useful to us anymore because, right, the citizens don't want him there, right? So whatever power that he had, right, will be swallowed up by the demands of pro-democracy protesters, right? So these two generals decide to oust Omar al-Bashir, right, and allow Omar al-Bashir to step down. They came to a point where they agreed that the leader of the Sudanese armed forces will be president of Sudan, right? That was not the contention. They were happy with the result. Now, so eventually, General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan became president of Sudan in 11 April 2019. So General Dagalo, right, and General al-Burhan, right, have worked together in a number of places, particularly in Yemen, right? They worked in one team and they worked well together there, right? So this was yet another example of these two generals working together. Now, the contention, right, between these two generals comes here, right? Now, there was an agreement. Well, I wouldn't say it's an agreement, it's a negotiation, right? That states that the rapid support forces will be integrated into the Sudanese armed forces, right? And they will form one unit, right? And become one army without having a paramilitary on the side, right? So they both agreed on that. Yes, that's possible. Now, the contention came when how long this integration of the RSF will take, right? Integration into the Sudanese armed forces. General Abdel al-Burhan said this integration must take 2 years, right? So to integrate the rapid support forces, General Burhan suggests that it must be 2 years, right? Now, but General Dagalo on this side, he wants it to be 10 years, right? So you must understand when it comes to military and armed forces, right? Loyalty, trust, right? And time in service is very important. Now, if you are able to integrate the RSF forces, right, into the Sudanese armed forces within 2 years, right, that tends to diminish the influence and impact of the leader of the RSF forces, right? Because everything moves quick. He doesn't have time to create relationship, establish plans, and execute things that they want, right? That's why General Dagalo opted for a 10-year span so that he can thoroughly integrate himself, right, into the Sudanese armed forces, right? Increasing his influence, spreading his sphere of power, right? And influence. So the war is because of this, right? General Burhan, who became president of Sudan in 2019, wants a 2-year integration of the rapid support forces into the Sudanese armed forces. Dagalo wants 10. This is how the war has ensued in Sudan.